Okay, Olive. Now we're going to talk about all the books that your Mama Maya read last year in 2020 because it was a commitment that Mama Maya made to herself. And you're so cute on my lap right now. Okay. Hi, everybody. I wanted to wrap up the series of videos, quick videos. I'll make this very quick. Some books that I read in 2020. I will post more about that later, about what the final number was. And the reason why, I care about that number is because typically I would not read a book unless it was like required and like an assignment right from school days. Like I wouldn't read too much on my own. So I thought in 2020, hey, let me read 3 books a month. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I think I ultimately read 33, not 36. But that's 33 more books that I would have read had I not even, went for this challenge that I put on myself. So, wrapping up the 2020 reading list, I just want to share this book because it's super interesting, okay? It's written by the same guy that did Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which was the first book in 2020 that I read. So this is one of his newer books is called Fake. So fake money, fake teachers, fake assets. Big kind of caveat here. This was a really good opportunity for me to practice that spiritual lesson, right, of taking what I like, that works for me, that helps me, but then leaving the rest. I read much of what, kind of in between the lines of what Robert, a lot of his political views are in here. We're talking about money, we're talking about history, so it's natural that politics come up. But it seems to be a lot of like right-wing kind of propaganda stuff. But ultimately, I think he was probably just really hurt emotionally by a school system that I think told him that he was dumb and like not good enough, or it wasn't okay to ask questions and being contrary to authority figures. So now, as a grown person, businessman, like he's got like a big kind of right-wing propaganda-y, like fuck education, fuck college type stance. So if you can stomach that, which I was able to, I just took what I like from this book, and it's a big one. And I'm going to keep this book. I'm not going to give it away after. There's a lot of great, interesting resources in here. So I'll just say the main, put his face right there, the main takeaways that I learned a lot about gold and silver. And I learned that silver is actually, could be even more valuable than gold. And that the best way to invest in those metals, according to this book, which he lays out the reason why, and it does resonate, I am kind of buying it, metals are better to have than the actual stocks of metal value, precious metal value, like buying their stock. Is not as great and strategic as actually just having the metals. And that silver may be even more beneficial than gold, and to look at it not so much as an investment, but as insurance and something that you buy a little bit each month and then put it aside in a safe place. So that was super interesting. Second is just really driving home the importance of financial education. It's different than a paid education or just the education that we get in our schooling system. It is something that you kind of have to elect to dive into on your own, like I am, especially if you weren't like raised with that being a big part of the familial conversation consistently. So I'm just taking responsibility for that on my own to dive in deeper, and now I'm learning about gold and silver. Who knew? And last thing, having a spiritual and meditative practice is something that he really promotes. And he says it's super important for success. And he's not the only person that said that. Many people have said that, and I agree. So I just wanted to mention that because I agree, and I think that that's great that someone who's kind of so tough and thick-skinned and stuff still has this side of him that is, values a spiritual pause, connection, meditation, and that ritual, and I thought that was kind of cool. So that's Fake by Robert Kiyosaki. And if you're interested in, diving into financial education, then I'd pick up this book for that reason. Love y'all. Bye.